I'm James the Magician. I would love to show you a piece of magic and then show you how you can do it yourself at home. This is known as the magic string. I'd like to tell you a story. You see, I used to have a dog. Her name was Crass. And I remember one day when I was walking her down by the riverbank, her leash, it broke into two. I went chasing after her. It was about a half a mile until I finally caught up to her. But once I did, I had a problem. You see, there was only her half of the leash and mine. And I didn't want to walk her home on this little tiny short leash. So what I did was I used a little bit of magic. I took one half of the leash in one hand and the other half in the other, and I said the magic words, abracadabra, which then brought the leash entirely together, just like that, so that I could walk her home. Now, let me teach you how to do this piece of magic so that you can show your friends and family at home. You see, this string is very special. You can get it at the grocery store. It's cooking twine. And what's different about cooking twine versus other pieces of string is that cooking twine is wound up in a spiral, and it's a bunch of little tiny threads, as opposed to being woven together. What this means is if you were to take this and wind it in the opposite direction, it's going to actually become all these loose pieces of thread that you can then peel apart. Don't worry, we're going to take a close-up view of this in just a moment. Once you start to peel all those pieces of thread apart, then once you let go, they start to wind around. Then you just give them a little bit of a helping hand, and it takes all of the threads and makes them look like ends of string, even though they're just parts of the middle of the string. Then you have to tell the story. It's really important that you have a story that is interesting to you so that when you tell it, you have interest inside of you. I tell stories that are mostly true. That way I can remember them easily. Then you just take the string and the part that is the middle that's twisted to look like ends, go down into the palm of your hand. You turn your hand over, give it a little bit of a tug and a twist, and it makes it look like the string becomes one again. Now let's take a moment and look at that up close. Now let's take a close-up look at how to prepare the strings for the magic string trick. This is the string that is a cooking twine, where it has all of these threads that are wound around each other. Now if you take a look and twist them the opposite direction, they'll start to come apart. And then there are about 10 smaller threads here. So if I split them into about 5 each, it doesn't need to be exact. Just split it as best you can. Pull it apart for about 1 inch, and then if you're holding it close to a table and you just let go, all of the strings will start to wind around each other just like that. All you have to do now is start to give them a little bit of a twist to help them along. And they start to look more like ends of string. Then you just have to pinch right over here, and it creates the illusion that you have 2 separate strings, when in fact you have 1 string that's doctored up in the middle to make it so that it looks like 2. And then you go into your story. I used the one about my dog's leash breaking, but you can use any story you'd like that best fits your personality and your style. At this point, you just take the strings, put them into your hand, and cover your hand, so you're covering up this weird middle part. You're going to give it a little pull, a little bit of a twist, and then you'll show that the string has formed back into one. Thanks again for watching today. I'm James the Magician, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Thanks!